there's a lot of gloss in what I've said. And, you know, I can't just give gloss. I have to also look at some of the reality issues that can affect this society and can affect so many other societies as well. And clearly Dubai has been affected by the global recession. Business and building has suffered. In fact, property prices, as you know, has tumbled in the Emirate, and some put the figure at losses of about 40 to 50% on property investments only in the last year or so. Investor confidence did plummet initially, but I'm pleased to see, because I'm a supporter of Dubai and I like what's happening there, this is now coming back quite strongly. And all projections from most of the major banks that I have read in the last couple of weeks all suggest that the downturn will be felt in Dubai, but its lasting effect will be more limited. They'll come out of this a lot quicker, perhaps like other developing in the world. However, with all that building and all that glamour and all that gloss, Dubai racked up huge debt. I mean, of course, this is all borrowed money that's built much of what I've shown you and what you will see. And that debt today is estimated at about 80 billion US dollars. That's the debt in Dubai. So clearly, with banks having great trouble in lending, with international institutions being very tight with cash, what does the Emirate do? It needs to finance its debt. And in fact, the Emirate itself, and I don't know all the details about this, and I suppose very, very few do know, but from press reports, it seems that Dubai will seek some sort of partial bailout for its debt problems from its richer big daddy, Abu Dhabi, who has, of course, the oil. So Abu Dhabi, again, will have to lend a hand to help out Dubai. And this plays into this issue of the sensitivities within the Emirates, the political sensitivities. And there's another issue to that I'll come to in a moment. I'll just show you a picture of Abu Dhabi, the sort of big daddy of the Emirates. And those of you going up the coast, it's only about a 2-hour drive, for that matter, from Dubai. You can get there by bus or by taxi. Those of you going up to Abu Dhabi will see Big Daddy in action. But if Abu Dhabi bails out Dubai to any extent, Abu Dhabi then can have some sort of influence and leverage over Dubai. And there's a fierce desire on the part of the Emirate states to be as independent as possible. No one wants anyone else, even though they're part of the same federation, to influence the way they do business. So the autonomy of Dubai can be under some sort of pressure if Abu Dhabi lends this helping hand, which it probably will do. And Abu Dhabi, being very closely linked to the United States in particular, will probably look at some issues that it doesn't quite like about Dubai. One of the issues about Dubai is that there is substantial trade between Dubai and Iran. And there's all sorts of interesting issues that have been written about this particular fact. But Abu Dhabi, certainly under pressure perhaps from the United States, will now in turn pressurize Dubai to retract a little bit in terms of that relationship. I'm speculating now, but this all comes from the fact that Abu Dhabi will have a greater say in the issues of Dubai. But these issues are serious. Credit is a problem for Dubai, and foreign direct investment itself certainly is not as rosy as it was a year or two ago. The domestic market in Dubai has been under some strain, and retail sales have fallen as well. One of the problems with Dubai in the last 10 years has been the issue of regulation and speculation. Now, the Emirate grew at such a fast rate, and the authoritarian nature of implementing all of these massive projects meant that regulation and discussion and environmental planning, for example, were simply not addressed in the way we are used to in the West. The consultation process in Dubai is quite different to what it is in California or in Cape Town, for that matter. Let me tell you, where I live, if I wish to develop a golf estate or some sort of new office park, the environmental impact assessments that I have to do, the motivation to my local authorities that I have to do are quite substantial and considerable, and can result in endless delays and discussion, and often the curtailment of projects. Of course, this kind of consultation doesn't exist in countries that are autocratic. It's a little bit like those of you that have been to Shanghai and you looked across the Huangpu River and you saw the financial area of Shanghai called the Pudong. That was created. The Chinese said, let's build a financial center. The consideration for environmental or other issues simply wasn't there. They said, let's build it, and they did. And in a sense, that applies in Dubai as well. Again, the desire for prestige projects, perhaps overlooking issues of market fundamentals, also obscured the dynamics of the particular city. And this plays itself out today in Dubai, where they are